Hello, July 19th, and the good news is the fence is done. It is done. And just kind of want to show you just a few things. I've shared a lot along the way. I'm going to try not to be too redundant. First and foremost, here's a sign. It's alive. I'm using a Solar Pack 6 from Parmac to charge it. I was concerned about the needle being over full scale. And I called the company and they said, well, how much have you got on it? And I said, well, about a mile of wire total. And she said, well, it's made for 25 miles. So don't worry about it. Our stuff says that if you're full peg like that, it's capable of 11,500 volts. So the deer will be impressed. Anyway, I'm using a split bolt for a temporary connection right now. I will probably put a crimp on it later. Obviously, that's just hooked up to one of many of the cold wires. I have two grounds on this fence. One over in the far corner over there, and one in the corner behind me where it jumpers to all the grounds. So you should get a bite anywhere on the fence, especially since you have alternating hot and cold wires. If you're going to do this, first of all, this fence cost me, concept to copy, it was $2,800 to do this fence. I have just shy of 8,000 feet of wire in this fence. To give you an idea, it is an 8-foot tall, 8-wire fence using 12-foot posts. I'm fortunate that we have a company called Kencove in the state. I was able to get quality product from them. So breakage, disappointment, stuff like that, not an issue. Logistics is the biggest issue. 12-foot posts don't show up at Tractor Supply Company. They don't do them. You need to find them, and you need to work out your own logistics for getting the posts. That was by and far the most difficult challenge. Because I was driving down with a friend to Kencove, I bought my wire from them. I got a hot dip electrogalvanized wire that's actually made in Pennsylvania. So I put the best quality product into the fence, and fortunately it didn't cost me anything more. I was just able to get very good wire to put in here so I don't have to sweat it. In terms of logistics, there's also planning. I should just do finance. Know how much it's going to cost. Logistics, know where you're going to get the stuff. Operations, know how you're going to do it. Plan things out in an orderly sequence. The posts have to go in the ground. The weather's got to accommodate that. If you want something in the fence before the fence closes up, move it in there. And planning. Finance, logistics, operation planning. On the planning side, I went through a lot of different cooperative extension circulars on fence construction. And I talked to a lot of people who had fences in their experiences controlling deer. I came up with this fence because it was affordable and attainable. I could do the work myself. I saved myself $1,200 doing the labor myself. In the other big picture, have the right tools for the job. By far, the most valuable tool for the job is a Jenny on the back of your tractor to play out the wire. There's no other way to do this. Buy the Jenny. I put it on a pallet. I raised it up to keep it, from dragging and the like. That worked very, very well. Grounding is super important. Know how many staples are going to go in every post. Know how many insulators are in every post. Build an accurate bill of materials the first time so that when you buy your stuff, you do not waste time running back and forth, especially if you have a logistics challenge. You don't want to do that. Know what you need, when you need it, how you need it. Get it all right the first time. I actually ended up with a few leftover posts, and I figured I actually buffered one post extra in case there was a problem. And the advantage to that is those will be the makings of the ends for my first trellises, so there will be zero waste. The same thing with some insulators. I had a few extra insulators. They won't go to waste. So today is a big day. Hey, you know, look, it's done. I'm pretty darn proud of it. I'm not going to touch it to prove to you that it works, but it's stout, it's tense, it's got tensioners on it, it's got little flappy in the wind signs. It says if you lick this fence, you got issues. I put PVC around my ground wires where they pass underneath the gate, so when I go around with the weed whacker, I don't cut the hot wire. I really tried to learn lessons from the first fence, and I learned a lot of good stuff from them. And my recommendation is go around, look at other people's fences, mimic what you like and what you don't like. And as far as tools, I regret I don't have it here. It's in the barn. Second to the Jenny, you need a measure stick. And that measure stick, after you put the bottom wire on, and that's your bottom wire, you set it, the measure stick rests on the bottom wire, not on the ground, and it shows you where to put each wire all the way to the top. Then you get nice straight wires all the way around. It super simplifies getting things put up quickly. I had help on a few days from my granddaughter, but other than drilling and dropping the posts, which was hired help, someone with the Bobcat, the labor was mine. You can do this yourself and save a bunch of money. What slowed me down for time was purely logistics and money. So logistics and finance. If you wonder where FLOP comes from, finance, logistics, operation planning, ask a Coast Guardsman or a firefighter, a wildfire fighter especially. Okay, baby's still clicking. I'm happy. Take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.